can sign into the chat. Yay. Okay. We have sound. That's, number one priority, right? It is 11:45, so we are going to begin. Welcome to our Pilates class with Living Well. My name is Kourtney Bassett. We get 45 minutes together. And if you are on Zoom, if you have any issues at all hearing me, if Wi-Fi disconnects, we'll figure it out. I've got a backup plan and I've got my phone, and we always get through. And then we are actually in person in a new space. We are on the second floor of the General Services Complex. So if you ever want to come join us in person, we've got some space up here until they otherwise tell us to find another home, which we will figure out when that bridge comes. But for today, we've got a great space with light, and it'll be great. So we're going to start today in a seated position. Come around, let those knees come nice into the chest, hands at the hamstrings, spine nice and tall. And we'll start with our breath, inhaling through the nose. Allow the ribs to reach out. Exhale, pull the ribs back towards the spine. As we inhale, can we sit taller? Reach those sits bones towards the floor. And exhale, relax just slightly. Big inhale, starting to mobilize the spine. As we exhale, scoop through the pelvis, rounding the spine. Feel the shoulder blades pull away from one another. Big inhale, reach the crown of the head towards the ceiling. And exhale, rounding the spine. It's like a seated cat-cow. Big inhale, open up through the chest. Exhaling, we round one more time. Big breath in through the nose. As we exhale through the mouth, round it out, holding it here. Begin to slowly articulate your spine to the mat, one bone at a time. As the head and shoulders come down to the mat, start with ribcage arms. Inhale, arms all the way overhead. Exhale, press the hands by your hips. Inhale and exhale, starting to feel that mobility in the shoulder, expansion through the spine. Finding that seamless breath. We'll do two more. And exhale, float the arms down. On this last one, exhale, nod the head and chin off the mat. Inhale, release. Exhale, nod the chin, lifting up, feel the core engage. And come back down. Staying here, just starting to get a bit of core engagement. Draw that belly button towards the spine. Last time, holding the head and shoulder blades lifted. Moving into hundreds, we pump those arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's quick, brisk breaths. 5 through the nose, 5 through the mouth. Oh yes, you should hear your own breath. If you're looking for a bit more, feel free to stack those knees into tabletop, or maybe even we send those toes out to 45 degrees. No matter what, zip up through the inner thighs, keep that adductor engagement. Arms and core are strong. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're more than halfway there. Keep it moving. Last two. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Final round. Stay with it. And exhale. Release. Fold those knees to the chest. Feel free to rock yourselves from side to side. Finding that big inhale. Exhaling, we press the heels to the mat. Extend the legs all the way across the mat for roll-ups. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, nod the chin, lifting the spine off of the mat. We fold over the thighs. Reach for those toes. Come back down, bone by bone by bone. There you go. Beautiful control. Big inhale, we reach. Exhale, rolling up. Looking for some options here. Use those hands and elbows if you need to. Come on down. Same thing on the way up. Connect those elbows with the mat. Press the hands in, lift up. Or my favorite option, fold one of those knees into the chest. Yes, you can kind of use that leg as leverage to lift up and to lower down. So find what suits you. Our goal here is to keep the heels connected with the mat. Find that spinal articulation. Yes, your core is going to be doing some work. We've got one more. Big inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, nod the chin, fold it over. Oh, can we sink into this stretch? Our hamstrings need this today. Just sink into it. Big inhale. Exhale, lift the spine up. Hands come forward, scoop through the pelvis, lower down. One vertebra at a time. Good. All right, float those hands down to the ground. Reach the right foot up to the ceiling at about 45 degrees for leg circles. We start tracing that toe around some of these tiles or imaginary circles right above us. And as you guys move through these leg circles, I'm gonna check our participation here. Wonderful. And reverse it. Take it in that opposite direction. 3, 2, and 1. Bring that knee into the chest. From here, gently release that right leg outside of the body, finding a nice inner thigh stretch. And then take that leg across the body for a rotational stretch through the low back and the hips. Keeping both shoulders connected. Find a nice relaxing breath. And let the hips connect back with the mat below. All right, we switch legs. Right leg extends. Left knee comes into the chest and extends out to 45 degrees. Find your leg circles on this side. From here, can you put some energy into that right heel, keeping it connected with the floor, shoulders and chest, open wide, and reverse it. Opposite direction here. Tracing around that small imaginary circle for 3, 2, 1. Bend the knee into the chest. Allow that knee to slide outside of the body. Open up through those inner thighs. As you exhale, bring that leg up and across for your rotational stretch. Again, both shoulders remain connected with the mat below. Very good. On that exhale, bring the hips back to the mat, moving into our Pilates 5 ab series. Left knee is already at the chest, keep it there. Hands at the shin bone, we lift head and shoulder blades off the mat, float the right foot up. Good. All right, extend and switch for single bent leg stretch. Our elbows are nice and wide. We alternate sending those toes out to 45 degrees, or my friends, you could tap the toes to the floor. Find what's gonna work for you today. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Keep it going. We have 3, 2. Last one on each leg. As both knees fall into the chest, move into double leg stretch. Hands and feet reach to the ceiling. Sweep the arms around, hug the knees in tight. Big inhale. Exhale, pull it around. At any point, you can let the head and shoulders connect with the floor below. Find what's going to work for you today. Reach out in opposition, sweep it around, hug it tight. Last one here. From there, take those toes to the ceiling. Hands find our calf muscle. We lower one leg and switch. Yes, use that core stability to alternate legs. Big stretch for those hamstrings. We could even take those hands to our hamstring just to hold a different area if that feels more comfortable for us. Last one. And release. The toes come together. Hands at the base of the skull for leg lower and lift. So we're taking those toes down about 6 inches. It's a very small movement. You could even take a slight bend in the knees. Again, still hinging at the hips. We release down, pull the knees back in towards the belly. 3, 2. Last one, lower, lower, and lift. Knees fold into the chest for crisscross. Opposite shoulder reaches over the body towards the opposite knee. Good, and twist to the other side. Opposite shoulder to opposite knee. Good, lifting up through the rib cage. Shoulder blade comes off of the mat. Twisting into those obliques. We have 3, 2, last one. And come on down, reach those arms overhead. Take a breather. Good. Maybe even stretch the feet across the mat. All right, when you're ready, hands down by our sides, pressing the feet into a bridge position. Take a big inhale through the nose. Exhale, reach the hips towards the ceiling for your first bridge. Holding it here, can you connect all 10 toes down to the mat? Good. Lower down. Take these at your own pace. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, lower. If you're looking for a bit more speed, you could inhale to lift, exhale, lower down. Find what's going to work for you. The glutes are engaged. We've got a long neutral spine here. Great job. 3, 2, and last one, hold the hips lifted. A little isometric hold here. Can you create space between your shoulders and ears? Great job. Bring those hips down. As you bring the hips down, let's sway those knees from side to side, just opening up through the hips. Finding a little rotational stretch for ourselves here. When you're ready, bring one of those knees to the chest. Use it as leverage to lift yourselves up into a seated position. Now get your bearings. We've been laying on our backs for a little bit. As we come up, zip up through the inner thighs, float the arms forward for this long L-sit. Draw the chin towards the chest, fold over the thighs. For spine stretch forward, we lift it back up, bone by bone by bone. Inhale through the nose, exhale, roll down, making a big rainbow over the thighs. Lifting up one vertebra at a time. Good. So remembering that this is truly a spine stretch. That's why they call it that. It's not for those hamstrings. It's actually for these very small muscles along the side of our spine. They keep us upright all day. They're called our multifidi muscles. They help with our balance and our stability, whether we be seated or standing. And this is a great opportunity for these muscles to stretch out. So relax the ears away from the shoulders. We're not going to crowd out up here. We've got a long spine. Everything mobilizes one more time. And lift up. Beautiful. Shake it out. All right. Take those feet about hip distance apart. I'll show you. I'll face you all so you can see me, but you can stay on your mat long. All right. Feet are about hip distance apart or at the corners of your mat. The arms reach out in opposition for saw. We rotate across the body. Draw the forehead towards the knee. Lift up one vertebra at a time. We rotate and roll down. So what we were just doing with spine stretch forward, we're still doing, but we just added rotation. Reach that pinky towards your pinky toe and stack it back up. Arms are long, reaching in opposition and come down. Last one on either side, we rotate. Keep those sits bones glued to the floor. Up and across. Roll it down, reach, and release. Good. Roll out those shoulders. A little stretch break for us. Fold one knee or leg in. We sit up nice and tall. Begin to walk your chest forward. Spine is long. Feel this stretch through those inner thighs. Now, find an inhale that expands into your lungs. As you exhale, rotate towards the extended leg. Keep your sits bones glued to the floor. Beautiful. When you're ready, collapse over that thigh. Reach your arms long for that foot to the very best of your ability. It doesn't have to be perfect. And in your own time, open up that front arm to the front of the room so you can find a side body stretch. Good. Can you sink into it on every exhale? One more time, breathe in. As you exhale here, slide yourselves back up nice and tall. Other leg, we switch, extend that foot out. Keep the spine tall to begin with. Reach your sits bones into the mat. Gently hinge at the hips and come forward. Spine is still long. We haven't rounded out yet. Find that expansive inhale. On your exhale, rotate towards the extended leg. Keep that sits bone glued to the floor. Does rotation feel different from one side to the other? Perhaps. Walk those hands down towards the ankle. Reach with the fingertips. Feel that lengthening through the side body. Take an inhale. Exhale, rotate. Open up to the side of the room. Good. Those sits bones are still glued to the mat. Breathing gently. Use that exhale to sink further into your side body stretch. Imagine that rib cage pressing towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, lift it up nice and tall. Very good. All right, we're going into our side lying work. Find yourselves aligned on your mat with your back at the edge of the mat, and your feet come forward to the very front corner. So you've got a slight angle in your body here. Use that top arm as a nice soft landing for your head. Rib cage is lifted, hips, knees, ankles are stacked. We start with the top leg. It lifts up as high as the top of our hip and comes back down. Now, the entire time, could you imagine that a piece of paper could thread between your rib cage and the floor? That helps us get that core engagement here. Lifting up, lowering down. Good. Keep those inhales simple. Stack and lift. We've got two more. Last one. Hold that leg lifted. Pulse it towards the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the toe and circle forward. Tracing a circle about the size of a dinner plate. 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. Opposite direction. Keep brushing those inner thighs together. Last time. Hold it at the top. We flex the foot, kick forward, point, and kick back. Hinging at the hip. Good. Kick forward, kick back. Can you keep your stability here? If you feel those hips rocking forward and back, you can use this arm as stability. Last time, kick forward, kick back, hold it here, drop the toe down, lift it up. Oh yes, that top leg is now in line with the rest of our body. It's right at the edge of the mat. Lift up, lower down. Could you still slide that piece of paper between your rib cage? Maybe, maybe not. Last one, hold it lifted and release. Very good. Bring that entire top leg forward. Give yourself some myofascial release. Bottom leg lifts and lowers. As soon as you're ready, yep. Start moving into that leg lift. Hold that top leg lifted. Pulse it up. 3, 2, 1, and circle the leg forward. Circle the leg back. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Very good. All right, lift yourselves up into a side plank. All right, we come to that elbow. Options for side plank. Both legs lift up or bottom knee can be bent. Find yourselves there. I think last week we kicked off with a 20-second side plank. Maybe I will take it to 25 seconds today. And you're already 9 seconds in. So get stabilized, lift that hip. You've got 10 seconds left. Hold it, hold it. Press that elbow into the mat. Stay strong. And release. Folding both knees in, come up and over for a side body stretch once again. As you release, let's do a little break dance. Bring the feet around. All right, as you sweep around to the other side, we set up in the opposite way. So, spine in line with the back of the mat, feet are forward, top leg lifts to become in line with the top hip. Start lifting and lowering. We get to do it all again. Cues are pretty much the same. I ask that you stay engaged. If somebody was looking at us from above, they would only see one ankle, one knee, one hip, one shoulder. We're not rotating through the spine. We have 3, 2, 1. Hold that leg lifted, pulse it up towards the ceiling. Is the rib cage still lifted? Point the toes, circle forward. Good. Brushing through those inner thighs. We have 4, 3, 2, 1, and reverse it. Opposite direction. 3, 2, 1. We hold the leg lifted, kick forward, and point back. Kick forward, point back. Keep stability in the body. Trying not to rotate through that torso too much. Last time, kick forward. Kick back, hold the leg lifted. Tap it down and back up. Lower and lift. 3, 2. Last one. Hold it, hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it forward. You can shake it out if you need to, but we're headed to that bottom leg. Starting with those adductors, we lift up, lower down as soon as you're ready. Again, that rib cage should be lifted. Could you slide that imaginary piece of paper between your rib cage and the floor? 3 more times. 2 and 1. Hold it lifted. Pulse that foot towards the ceiling and begin to circle forward. These circles come from the hip, not that ankle. And reverse it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Very good. Headed over or up into our second side plank on the other side. You know your options coming into it. You've got 25 seconds. Ready or not? Oh, yes. Stabilize through that shoulder. Keep the core strong. And remember, we want our head in alignment with our spine. So if we're dropping down, we're all out of alignment. So keep it neutral. You got less than 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. As the hips come down, bend the knees in, fold up and over for side body stretch. Awesome. All right. Bring those arms up and over into quadruped. Oh yeah, we did a little cartwheel there. All right. So from quadruped, hands right under the shoulders, knees under the hips, toes are tucked under. Stretch out through the bottom of your foot there. Begin to press the hips back and then stack the shoulders over the wrists. One more time. Press back. Feel that stretch through the bottom of the foot. And lift up, moving into cat and cow. We round through the spine, then drop the belly through. Inhale and exhale. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Two more times. Round that spine up towards the ceiling. Drop the belly through. For the last time here, we come up and lower. Find a long neutral spine here. Take the right arm forward. Extend the left leg back and lift it up. Moving into spinal opposition or spinal balance. You could even point that toe or flex it, whatever you prefer. When you're ready, bring that arm and leg down. Switch up with that left arm. Take the left or right leg back, sorry. And come back down. So continuing, opposite arm, opposite leg reach. Feel the glute and arm engage. Reach out in opposition, find your balance, come back down. Last one on either side. Great job. All right, so we're adding on with that exercise. So we take opposite arm, opposite leg reach. From here, we slide that hand and foot out to the diagonal. So still reaching in opposition. Take it to the corner of the room, come back to center, and release. Same thing on the other side. Left arm, right leg, reach out, slide to the diagonal. Good. Come back to center, and release. One more time on each side. Take it to that diagonal. Come back to center. Lower it down. Left arm, right leg. Find that opposite corner. Come back to center. and release. Very good. All right, hands reach out, knees apart, toes together, find rest pose. Give yourselves an opportunity to roll out through those wrists. Taking a big inhale, exhale, lift yourselves back up, finding your favorite tricep push-up position. That could be from quadruped, could be right here, or from here, chest extended, or full push-up position, yeah? All right, we have 6 tricep push-ups. You guys take these at your own pace, lowering down, pressing up. If we need breaks, want breaks, take them. But as soon as you're done with your 6 tricep push-ups, slide back into rest pose. Let the head connect with the mat. Let the belly fill up with air. Maybe even roll out through those wrists again. And when you're ready, we come back up into a plank. Tuck those toes under, stack the shoulders right above the wrists. Hips are down. We're not hiking, we're strong through the belly. Holding it here. Could you tap one knee down? Lift it up. Tap the other knee down and lift up. One more time on each side. Hold your plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees down. Send it back into rest pose for the final time. Good. Now, as we come up, we're taking it down onto our bellies into a prone position for some spinal extension. Toes are tucked under. Hands right under those shoulders. Inhale, lift the chest off of the mat. Exhale, lower down. Inhaling, we lift. Exhale, lower. Keeping that eye gaze towards the mat. Toes stay connected the entire time. So tops of the legs, tops of the feet, staying down on the ground. Just that upper body moving. Good. Up and down. 2 more times. And 1. Hold it lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As the chest comes down, take those hands right under your shoulders. We want those elbows reaching up like little grasshopper wings. There you go. Now press that weight into the arms. Lift your chest up for a Mackenzie stretch. Unload through that spine. You're good. And come on down. Inhale. And exhale, press up nice and tall. Bring it down. Keeping that pelvis connected with the mat, not lifting it up. All of our weight, all of our energy in the arms. Two. And 1 more time, press up, extend, reach, 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 and release. All right, finding our rest pose. I know, I think I said last time was our last time for rest pose, but I feel like we need it again after all that extension. Taking our right hand, thread it through the window that your left arm created here. Get a little rotational stretch for that shoulder and back. And switch up and over to the other side. Left arm threads through, palm facing the ceiling. Good. And release back to center. Go ahead, lift your chest up. From here, we're coming into a kneeling position. So if you'd like to, you could fold your mat over for some extra cushion under those knees. From our kneeling position, Hands come forward for thigh stretch. So we slide the shoulders back, core is still nice and strong, and we lift back up. So shoulders slide back over the heels and then come forward. Our quads are probably going to love us. Yeah. And at any point, add some extra cushion under those knees if you need to / want to. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Come on up. 2 more. And up. Is anyone else like trembling from this? Okay, as long as we're not alone, you know. Come on up and release. Very good. All right, as we sit it down, we're sitting, bringing our legs all the way around, getting towards the end of class here. A little bit of extra spinal mobility. Let's see how this feels in comparison to the beginning of class. Inhale, reach the crown of the head to the ceiling. Exhale, round it out. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit more mobile. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. All right, on this exhale, we round. Lower yourselves to the mat. In your own time, use those hands at the hamstrings to roll yourselves back up. Oh yeah, let's do that one more time because we're preparing for teasers. Inhale, exhale, roll down. Inhale, exhale, roll yourselves up. Very good. All right, we ready for our final ab blast? I'm getting some head shaking no in person. I can see Mary, I think she's ready. All right, arms reach away towards where the ceiling meets the wall. Roll down with control. Reach those arms overhead. Exhale, spring up. Oh yeah, we've got these. Roll down. And spring up. I haven't told you how many you're going to do for a reason. Let's give it 3 more. Roll down. Articulate through the spine. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, quick. Working on those fast twitch muscle fibers, right? Last time. Hold it, lifted, reach, reach, reach. And release. Very good. Yeah? It's called a final ab blast for a reason, huh? Kind of gets the heart rate up. All right. Use one of those legs to lower yourselves down. We have a long stretch today. So breathe. You've made it to the final relaxation, final mobility. Roll out through that right ankle. When you're ready, send that right foot to the ceiling, pointing and flexing through the foot. Relax the shoulders to the mat. When you're ready, take a slight bend in that knee. Allow the leg to come all the way across the body. Keep both shoulders connected with the mat for spinal rotation. And let's try to look at that opposite arm. Finding a simple inhale. As we exhale, bring the hips back to the mat. We'll slide that right ankle over our left knee for a figure 4 stretch. If we'd like, we can fold that leg in. Finding a deeper stretch here. From there, we extend the right leg all the way forward. The left knee comes into the chest, rolling out through that left ankle. In your own time, send that left foot to the ceiling, pointing and flexing through the foot. Holding our hand at the hamstring. From there, we find a slight bend in the knee. Slide that leg all the way across the body into your rotation on the other side. Again, we can let that eye gaze look towards the opposite hand. As both hips connect with the mat, we'll slide that left ankle over our right knee for a figure 4 stretch here. Bringing both knees into the chest. And in your own time, go ahead, fold both knees into the belly, rock it from side to side. Find an inhale, exhale, rolling yourselves up. Coming into that seated position once again. Can you come up and over onto your toes? Just take your time to get there, no rush. Finding a little stretch through our calf muscles. In your own time, press those hips towards the ceiling, forward fold over the thighs. Maybe even take it to alternating knee bends. As those knees settle in, go ahead, roll the spine up, one vertebra at a time. As you lift it up, I'm going to adjust this camera just so that you guys can see me. All right, roll out those shoulders. Roll them back. Opening up through the chest, press the thumbs behind you. Palms facing up. Good. Round out through the shoulders, press the palms together and away from the chest. One more time for expansion because we just don't get enough of it. Press the thumbs behind you. And release. Big inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, bring it down one more time. Breathe in. Very good. And you guys are done with Pilates for today. Thanks for joining us. I totally forgot to record this, so we'll get it uploaded. Oh, it's recording. Magic. I bet that was Christina. All right. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday. Thanks so much for joining us. If you have questions, comments about the new space, I'd love to hear your feedback. If you heard background noise and that was distracting for you, send me an email. We're here for improvement, and I want to make this a great experience for you guys. So take care, and I will see you next week.
Thank you.